Finally, 1 year is far too long to go without a cruise. Luckily, we're back on our home away from home, MS Koningsdam. There's no amount of stress that the Pinnacle of the Pacific can't take care of. What better way to start the new year? One of the many blessings of being a San Diego native is not having to fly in order to cruise. Larry and I just rode our luggage down Market Street. Just kidding, we took a lift. Our 12 o'clock check-in time made us a little nervous, but the entire process of boarding was incredibly smooth. Thankfully, our room had already been cleaned, so we were free to unload our boulder-sized backpack full of toiletries. What can I say? I like being prepared. First order of business was lunch. I couldn't say no to the salmon at Lido Buffet. Larry dove right into 2 dive-in dogs without frizzled onions for some strange reason. Now, if I were a responsible adult, I would have reported to my muster station and watched the safety video in my cabin, but I wanted to take pictures of my city first.
You scream, we all scream, for ice cream, rock, rock. Oogie wah wah rah rah rah. Tuesday, Monday.
We took this cruise with a large group. One of the drawbacks of that is, it's harder to schedule specialty dining altogether. And lately we've noticed that seatings book up much faster than they used to. A few days before the cruise, Larry and I were only able to reserve a table for 2 at Pinnacle Grill. But realistically, the main dining room is much better equipped to accommodate the needs of a larger group. As for us, we had to get all prettied up for a steak dinner. And word on deck is, there's a fresh new menu for us to explore. Right off the bat, we noticed a tighter, more focused menu. While much more steak-oriented, it still offers vegan-friendly options. Completely gone are selections like wild mushroom ravioli or jidori chicken. Not that those weren't appetizing. The quality has always been consistent here, but a smaller menu means the kitchen can take quality to the next level. For instance, this amazing brioche feuilletée tucked snugly in the breadbasket. I could have eaten 10 of these, but I knew more great things were coming, so I kept my cool. It's easy here to let your eyes order more than your stomach can handle. Learning from our past mistakes, Larry and I both opted for filet mignon, the smallest cut. Of course, that gave us license to go a little nuts on the appetizers. That clothesline candied bacon is a man favorite. At most restaurants, I write this off as a novelty item, but here, I was surprised to find wonderful depths of flavor, despite the presentation that reminded me of Clive Barker's Hellraiser. My shrimp cocktail was served deconstructed and tasted impossibly fresh, and the crab cakes here are always a win. Jam-packed with crab, but never too filling. Not sure how they do it. Another thing that we've noticed Holland America doing well is enhanced cruise customization. This translates to thoughtful little changes across the fleet, which range from destination-specific live music, on which we'll elaborate in the next video, to very tempting destination-inspired side menus, with the have-it-all package burning a hole in our key cards. Larry ordered the Sao Paulo, which he describes as
sweet and coconutty.
Ah, don't you just love his voice? I ordered the Lima, which I found to be tart, complex, and very refreshing. We're sorry to say that we didn't sample from the Mexico menu. My ancestors may have been looking down at me in shame, but we were enjoying our steak and accompaniments. Creamed spinach, baked potato with all the fixins, even roasted beets, and 2 of the most decadent sauces known to man, green peppercorn and béarnaise. Before we knew it, we were being presented with a martini glass full of macaron. Can you tell I love the pronunciation of fancy French foods? By the way, these sweet little morsels of pistachio, chocolate, and caramel aren't dessert. They're merely a palate cleanser. I foolishly neglected to take pictures of the dessert menu. And as of January of 2025, Holland America's website still hasn't updated it. So I can't really tell you what I ordered. All I can say is that it was moist, chocolate, and as big as my size 10 shoe. Did it transform me from perfectly fed to painfully full? Yeah. Delicious as it was, the portion might have been a little too big. Mysteriously, Larry's creme brulee was of equal size, but we came much closer to finishing it. We had intended to take a stroll around the ship, but it quickly became obvious how tired we were, and our beautiful cabin was so inviting, we decided to call it a night. We had 6 more days in which to sow our wild oats. Our next video will cover brunches, sea days, and a surprisingly memorable shore excursion. Until then,
Click like and subscribe. Thank you.
I love his voice.